New Falls Count Anywhere here, recording this on Tuesday night, releasing on Wednesday, Tuesday night, April 7th, 2026. Of course, every week we do this with my guy, of course, the genius himself, Rob the Genius, 1/3 of the Mind of the podcast, as well as host of the Rob the Genius podcast. Rob, what's going on, brother?
Hey, good to be back.
How you feel? Your Knicks. Are you feeling confident your Knicks doing anything in the playoffs?
Honestly, well, because, man.
Just say no. It's okay.
No, because Tatum is too Tatum.
There you go. That's the correct answer.
I didn't expect Tatum to be this good coming back, and it's discouraging seeing how good he is back coming off an injury. So,
and quite frankly, even if Tatum didn't come back, I still have a lot of problems with you guys because you guys are just not consistent, bro. You're not consistent.
Well, yeah, but this sealed it. We're fucked.
There you go. Typical Knicks fan. There you go. 1973 still alive though. All right. Anyway,
look, either we're going to win the whole thing or we're fucked. That's the only mentality for Knicks fans.
That's right. See you next year.
There is no middle ground.
And of course, joined by my brother here, of course, the host of the 3CT Wrestling Podcast, host of Huddle Up Podcast, also host of the Discussion Nobody Podcast. My guy, Big Jim, a regular on this pod. What's up, buddy?
That's right, man. How you guys doing?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. WrestleMania. Less than what I guess right today. Now what? 12 days?
Yeah.
12 days. Wow. It's finally here. Finally, man. I mean, really, we're counting down, man. Last thing to talk about today, we're gonna do a WrestleMania, another draft actually. This time, WrestleMania main event draft. We'll look at the rules in just a second and who picks who first, and then of course we'll celebrate the 50th anniversary of WrestleMania 27. But lots of things going on in wrestling right now. As you know, they just released the card for WrestleMania 42 this morning. That Jim, you sent me the list. Let's quickly go through the first night one here. Of course, the main event for night one, as we know, is very, very easy. Cody and Randy, of course, going to be and it looks like McAfee's going to be in Randy's corner, right? Is that official?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how it's presented, yeah.
Yeah, you got Liv Morgan against Stephanie Vacquer for the women's world title. You got Seth against Gunther. You have the IC title match, women's IC title match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. By the way, love that back and forth yesterday on Raw. You got the women's tag team titled Fatal 4-Way match between Lax Legend, the Bellas. Who's the one? I can't see the one. Flair and Alexa Bliss, and then
Lyra and Bailey.
Thank you, because it's not coming out really clear here. And of course, you got the unsanctioned match between Drew and Jacob Fatu. That's gonna be a fucking banger. I can't wait for that one. And then the 6-man tag match between the Usos and LA Knight, versus Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and of course I Show Speed. Any issues with this? Night one? It looks pretty loaded, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's remarkable. I mean, I'm just looking at the whole card. It's remarkable that they managed to dampen enthusiasm so much for this thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think for the card itself, I think the most intriguing part, at least night one wise, is seeing the two matches that are going to be on ESPN2. Like having Drew and Jacob, and then the 6-man. I think the 6-man, obviously, because you have the celebrity involvement and the 8-man, that makes sense as the kickoff. I imagine that'll open the show.
Yeah. Has to be. So right now, right off the bat,
it's kind of surprising a little bit that Drew and Jacob are on there, but I guess Drew's famous enough, and Jacob's a Samoan, so
You mean opening the first hour or just
They're in
okay.
the first.
Yeah, they're on that ESPN2 block.
Yeah, I was a
Yeah.
little surprised by that too. That they were going with that in the first hour. Like you said, the 6-man tag makes perfect sense.
Right.
But like,
Mhm.
like Seth Rollins goes on the NFL Network now. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I thought he would have been on there.
So, I mean,
But you know, I guess you hook him with the celebrities and get him to hang around for Seth Rollins and buy the whole thing.
Well, something here now talking about first off McAfee, his promo on Friday that came out of nowhere. No one saw that coming. What the fuck was that? Like, we're here now. He's a heel, right? Is that where we're sitting at now?
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's not just a Cody thing. Let's just pick on Cody for a little bit, and then we go back to being fun McAfee. Apparently, that's a pretty big fucking promo that they're basically calling out Cody and basically placing Randy. And I gotta tell you, like, I can't rule out still, even though that happened, I can't rule out the possibility of a double turn here.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but I still really don't see it happening. I really don't.
No.
But in terms of McAfee, I mean, here's the deal. Right now, you figure you probably have him basically back in the fold until football season. So basically now through SummerSlam, so he can do this little heel run, whether Randy wins or not.
Yeah.
He's in Randy's corner and telling all the marks to eat one and whatever. And then come football season, he can go away and come back. And if comes back and, dances and sings and plays to the crowd, he'll be a good guy again. That's the beauty of wrestling, is a return and a character change are very easy things to do.
I didn't listen to the telecast all the way through, but did that actually affect him? And what was he on commentary with Michael Cole on Friday?
No.
Oh no. Okay, he hasn't been on commentary for a while still, right?
Right. I think that was part of the thing. Because he stopped doing commentary, then he released some little statement saying that he thought his time was up, and that he had fun doing it. It was time to move on, all that type of thing. And of course, that turned out to be not true, of course.
Right. Other things also Gunther and Seth officially now on night one as well. One thing I saw last night, obviously Gunther tried to sneak attack Seth from behind. That backfired, of course. That they touched a little bit yesterday. But the big thing I want to talk about real quick was what happened backstage after that, where Gunther and Paul Heyman, basically there's a quote unquote partnership, except Gunther had some words with Paul Heyman basically saying that you owe me one on this one and whatnot. I'm curious what the owe me one is. Any ideas? Because I got one, but I'll let you guys go first.
Theoretically, if somebody in the Paul Heyman universe wins a title, Gunther's coming to cash in on a title shot. That was the first place my brain went to.
That'd be my guess. Yeah, that whatever happens with the world title, that Heyman's going to get him a title match.
Yeah,
right. I was thinking maybe somewhere in the neighborhood, maybe get him Brock to do a match in SummerSlam. I don't know. I'm thinking about some.
Well, there could be that as well. Because I think that there's a prevailing belief that Gunther will be the guy to retire Brock, which given recent history is probably not a bad prediction.
No, not at all.
I don't know. I'm not ready to run with that yet, because I think, because he retired Cena, he retired AJ, and then I saw people just throwing every name up there of somebody who's older as if they're going to be on the list,
right?
Without any indication from any of these folks, because like AJ told people some of his coworkers he was retiring, and Cena the whole retirement tour, and so I'm so I see people saying, well, he's going to retire Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio hasn't said a word about being finished.
Right. In fact, he's back.
And then and then I've heard people mention Randy. Randy's already said he wants to go till he's 50 if he can physically. Yeah. And and then they've mentioned Brock, because people are assuming. I mean, I see a lot of people assuming that Brock is only going to do one or two more matches, but he hasn't said that.
No.
And so, I mean, it was. I mean, it wouldn't surprise. I think my first guess is that it's a title shot or something. Yeah, it comes out of the world title situation that he gets to kind of jump. Heyman's going to get him to jump the line or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, because I think that. Yeah, I think that's the first thing I think of.
Yeah. All right, let's go to night 2. The night 2 reveal also here available here on the screen. Here it is, of course, the main event, of course, Punk and Roman. No surprise there. We got the Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio match, of course, as well. We got Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the women's title. We have Sami Zayn against Trick Williams. I'm looking for this match for the U.S. title, of course. First hour, I am shocked they put in Brock and Oba in the first hour.
Oh, I'm
That shocks me.
no,
How are you shocked by that? That's your opening match with a
that's
bullet.
no brainer.
No.
That's no
Smart
brainer.
idea. I love it, and I'm glad they're doing it. In fact, now I'm wondering if I should not bother ordering. No, I'm just joking. I'll still order the show because I'm watching the show mainly for this match, honestly. And of course, the IC title ladder match with let's see, we got Penta, who's currently the champion. Rey Mysterio is now officially in. If you know, who's that there? Rusev, Dragon Lee, McDonough, and of course, and Javon Evans. So I would argue, as a totality, night 1 might be a little more stacked, maybe a little bit. Am I out of line to say that?
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah,
Well,
I think Jade and Rhea is going to be your weakest match on the card. Besides that, I think
so too.
I think
Although I will
Sunday's
say
completely loaded. Not that Saturday's bad.
it's pretty good though.
I think WWE. We talked about this on 3CT the other week. That like, would you rather have a great build if you had to only pick one? Great build, bad Mania, or bad build and great Mania? Like this one feels like it's more in that latter category of like the build hasn't been great. Now Punk Roman, I think the build's been great. Oba and Brock build's been great. A couple other things here or there, but overall I don't think the build's been tremendous. Punk Roman has sold me from the jump, from the day after the Rumble. But I think you're looking at this card like, and this is the only thing that's scary, and it's odd enough that I'm wearing the shirt from WrestleMania 32, is that this card feels like it has big WrestleMania 32 energy, where like the build isn't great, the card looks awesome, and like there's a potential for it just to surprise you about how bad a great card ends up being. I don't think it's going to be the case because like in the last couple of years, especially, like regardless of how you feel about the weekly product, the WWE roster is so strong that like the show itself is usually really good.
Right.
So I'm confident that this one's going to play out to be pretty good, but I think the card's really loaded.
Why can't we just get like a great build and then at least a good Mania? Is that possible?
It is possible. See WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
See WrestleMania 39. See WrestleMania 38. Like, and dude, like the revisionist history and the craziness of people on wrestling social media right now is I'm like,
right.
Look, coming out of COVID, like, and AEW and WWE both did very, very good in their own right during the pandemic with every situation. Coming out of the pandemic, starting with WrestleMania 38, WWE went on this run of 3+ just incredible years, month after month, show after show, WrestleMania after WrestleMania. That's almost impossible to keep up at that pace. I mean, you even go back to the highly touted Attitude Era, and like WrestleMania 15 rocked,
Sucked.
16 stank,
Sucked.
17 great, 18
Amazing.
Like 18 was really good, 19 really good, 20 not great, but a handful, a couple of matches, and then things kind of got a little sideways.
Jim, I argue prior to last year, of course, I would argue they've had an amazing 4-year run. Like the most they've had, run they've had, in my opinion, that's been great. It's from 17, 18, 19. 15 sucked. I'm sorry, 15 fucking sucked. 16 was actually even worse.
Oh, 16 was bad.
16 was fucking. Jim, honestly, and especially as I've watched all 3 in recent years, in recent last year, I would argue outside the wasn't the first, not the first TLC, but there was a triple threat between those three.
Yeah.
I would argue, aside from that match, that WrestleMania is actually worse than the first two.
What
Hot
was on
take,
16?
buddy. 16.
Oh,
2000.
16.
Fucking
16.
terrible. I'll watch
16
1 and 2 over
match
that one.
shows.
Yeah.
16 is a one match show, and then but the one match they did better the next year. So
Right.
so
Yeah,
you
exactly.
literally don't need to watch 16 ever.
Right.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's nothing on 16 that you have that requires you to watch it. And
Well,
that was one of the most just rotten finishes for a main event ever.
I'm looking forward to this fucking outside of Oba and Brock, the Trick Williams Sami Zayn match. I'm looking forward to that one, bro. That one is going to be a fucking banger.
So, because night one, I think night one has, I guess, well known name people.
That's why I said that. That's exactly why I said that.
But so night two has more of the like Trick and Oba and Javon, like people who are night two has more people who are debuting. So I guess so there's always kind of uncertainty, I guess, with people who are just debuting, and you're more familiar with the bigger name people. So night one might, to a layman, night one might probably look better on paper.
Yeah, for the casuals. But yeah, I mean,
Right.
but I think the beauty about with night two, like, yeah, you have it's very like futures heavy. But they're also in there with the right people. Like
Correct.
Like Sami Zayn ain't gonna let Trick Williams have a bad match. Like like Finn and Dom, they've been around. Rhea Ripley is gonna get the best of whatever Jade Cargill can give. And based on the build, because here's the thing, Brock Lesnar matches can go one of two ways, and it depends. It's very kind of Andre the Giant like if he wants to work with you,
that's a great point.
Go great. If he don't want to work with you, see Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania 32. It ain't gonna go so well.
Can you see Brock doing oh boy, no.
Brock wants to work with Obafemi, and so
yes, he does, obvious. Absolutely does. He's invested. You can tell the body language says it all.
It's like my only fear, and I have said this on a weekly basis. I've been consistent about it. I will be consistent about it until the bell dings at the end of the match. Is don't fuck this up. Like, this is the easiest layup.
Yes,
there is no defense in front of you. Don't mess it up. This is so easy. Just do it. Just
don't fuck it up. The Roman Punk match, not really looking forward to it. Like I was looking forward to the build. I said it when we started this whole process. The build's obviously gonna be amazing and has been amazing. The match, it's gonna be whatever. It's gonna be a solid match. I don't see it being a top. Obviously, we're gonna do our draft. If we did this draft in 5 years, I don't expect to have this match in our top 8 rounds, if anything. At least right now, anyway. Maybe I'll be shocked. Looking forward to the results and where it carries the story beyond WrestleMania. But what you guys make of last night in CM Punk? Basically pipe bomb 2 last night. Fucking calling out TKO, calling Pat McAfee. Then of course with the storyline, ripping on Roman, bro. He called him plastic and shit. Like, what the fuck? That shit was dope though. Punk. I would argue CM Punk might be top 3 all time on the stick.
Well, that's not crazy.
Yeah, he's
especially
tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, especially in this day and age where they talk longer. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes a difference, because during up until I guess maybe before, I don't know when exactly they started really doing all the monologuing type of promos, but it takes a lot to be really good at that and to be able to go back and forth with people. Because he can do both. He can do the monologues.
Yep.
And he can go back and forth with people, and he doesn't sound like he rehearsed it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sound like he memorized something that was on a sheet of paper. Which, I mean, look, wrestlers in general are not great actors. So, and we kind of give them a little bit of a break because we're wrestling fans. But,
I mean, the reports with the Z today are that
the Z
that that there was kind of a list of things that he was, and like for him, and I assume a few others in wrestling, you bullet point him. You don't tell him exactly what you want him to say, but you bullet point him. And he had some bullet points, and then he also pulled out some things that weren't on the bullet points, which
Right.
if he did, great. If he, if that's all BS, then par for the course for wrestling journalism. But like here's the deal. Regardless of how you feel about Triple H and TKO and the way the wrestling and WWE business currently is, they're an easy bad guy, right? Like TKO and the powers that be in WWE right now are the easy bad guys. So if Cody's going to come out and cut a promo on SmackDown about, the people in the back writing the show, and Punk's going to look in the camera and, tell that agent of yours to lower the ticket prices, like that's a cheap pop. That's an easy cheap pop right now.
It is.
Really is. So,
I feel seen, Jim. That's what I was like, dude, I feel seen, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look, the three of us, we've talked about this ad nauseum, both with each other and with others.
Yeah,
there was going to come a point where the bubble burst. Now, look, I also don't think that the low ticket sales are just because of the ticket prices, because if you look around it, I still will say this to people. If you look around at concerts, at any premier form of entertainment, because whether you agree with it or not, WWE is the premier of this business. Okay, that's the fact.
It is.
So when you look around at premier entertainment, your top musical artists, your top level sports, this, that, and the other thing, your premier events are going to cost hundreds upon thousands of dollars. It's the reality. Like, I'm going to Disney later this year. That's an expensive vacation. You go for 3 days to a premier resort or a premier hotel at the beach or whatever in summertime. That's going to cost you a lot of money. You sit at really close at the biggest artist in the world. That's going to cost you a lot of money. So I think part of the problem is the ticket cost. They are extreme, but also, let's be fair, your worldwide audience isn't traveling here in droves the way they normally do because of, let's call them other reasons. I don't know if you heard the tourism industry in the United States is a little bit less this year. Don't really know why. But
it's a little cold outside. We'll leave it there.
Yeah. A little cold. So you're not gonna get people from every country in the world in the same numbers that you have in previous years. You're gonna see that later this summer when the World Cup comes to the United States.
Yeah.
So it's that's part of the reality as well. And yes, everything's more expensive besides ticket prices. I mean, are you going to go to WrestleMania? Or are you going to put food on your table for a week and put gas in your car for a week? Like, these are the questions that have to be asked. And I think getting, what is it, 39,000, 40,000 right now, it's actually probably a pretty decent number.
Well, I'll say this much, Jim. For someone like myself who's been boycotting the WWE somewhat for the last say year or so in terms of like buying extra shit, I will say they will get $30 out of me this next week for at least for WrestleMania. That is it.
See, that's the funny part is I have a very good friend who lends me his credentials to ESPN because I refuse to actually get
nobody. See, the problem is no one has the unlimited. That's a problem.
I know a few people who have it, because here's the problem. Like, I subscribe to YouTube TV, and I know at some point, at least so they tell me, I'm going to get that with my YouTube TV. So like, I refuse to pay for it now when I should have already gotten it 8 months ago with what I already pay for.
I said like a year ago, you want me to get $3 out of my pocket, out of my wallet? Get that whole entire network on that on ESPN. They have a deal. Get the entire archives on there. They have a deal.
The funny thing is, it looks like most of that stuff's going on Netflix now.
Yeah, which I've been watching recently too.
Vault there, so
it's kind of annoying though, because I have to like, everything's fractured now. Main events on here. It's annoying as shit.
I know, but we didn't get a chance because the storm took my power out, but I still have thoughts filed for content about streaming services.
Yes, that's so safe for next time. Me, you, and Cobb get together.
you know, and Kyle will probably love to hear it, but I've kind of hit my breaking point on that nonsense.
Yeah, speaking of Kyle, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Jeff.
No, look, I'm still a Luddite and have cable, so
You're still a ancient brother.
yes. But
Because you're Law and Order. You can't get out of that Law and Order, bro.
hey, look, this time it paid off though, because I don't, because I get to, I'm grandfathered in with the ESPN stuff. So
there you go.
Oh.
There you go. So anyway, it is time. It is draft night again. Once again for us. Decided Jim's not part of us. We are drafting the WrestleMania main events. Now, worth noting though, there are a couple of main event WrestleManias that do have double main events, so that will count. For example, WrestleMania 8 was actually a double main event, so not only would Hogan and Sid count, but also Savage and Flair will count on this as well too. If also the last couple of WrestleManias I've had 2 nights, of course, that counts as well. So that is the board. So before we get
that WrestleMania 8 was a double.
People forget that
they didn't have it listed on Wikipedia
because they got it wrong. Because if you look on the actual box set of the WrestleMania 8,
yeah,
you're on
right.
side of it.
I remember because I even used that argument when people were complaining about how WWE uses the word main event now because they're calling Brock and Oba a main event, and both Rumble winners main event. And I go, they've been using double main event for a very long time. SummerSlam 90 was a double main event.
Yes, it was Hogan
because Hogan. I feel like a lot of that was done because Hogan probably had a main event contract.
No, because Warrior fucking sucked. That's why. And trust him.
But if by the rule and letter of the definition, Warrior was the main event that night. But you had to pigeonhole Hulk Hogan. By the way, you guys going to watch the Last Lies of Bad Terry documentary that's coming out?
I will watch that. Yes, I will watch that. And Rob, you come on, Rob. You're not gonna watch that, bro. Come on.
No, I'm good, man.
I know. Jim, you're gonna watch it, right?
I've seen enough. Look, you know what?
Sure. I want to. We might do a drinking game with 3CT.
He's dead.
Count the lies, and
look,
then
no,
see how quickly we can die.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. I mean, look, I've done my compartmentalizing.
Likewise,
because he's part of my childhood. I have great memories going with my dad to see Hulk Hogan. So I can still watch his matches and I can compartmentalize it that way. But I have no use for anything outside of those matches that I watched when I was a kid. I have zero use for anything about him.
You already know I'm doing for the content, so I am a noisy motherfucker. So you don't want to know what's going on.
Naturally, because you're a sucker and you're still a Hulk.
Yeah, guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. Bro, I'm a bitch. Come on.
You are. That's right.
I mean, look. Okay. I mean, okay. It's going to be funny to see just the links to what he continued to lie about stuff. Sure.
Well, that's kind of why
I want to see what he's lying about. So,
like, I almost want to have a clicker. Like when the people come into an event and so they count the attendance. Like, I almost want to get one of those clickers. So every time Hogan lies, I hit the button and I see how many by the end of the document.
Well, you can do the cow clicker, the bing, or do the gong like this one.
Yeah. Bell. I don't think an actual bell will survive that document.
All right, let's go ahead and get the order started here for the WrestleMania main event draft. I didn't get a chance to do it for the show, so we'll do it here on live here. The third pick in this draft is going to be big bucks. It's going to be Rob. Rob is the third pick in this draft. All right. Remove that one. The second pick in this draft is going to be it's going to be Jim. It's on number one. I actually won a draft one once. I never win these drafts, bro. Anytime I guess on there, I'm always like either the last pick or always last pick, pretty much. So, all right. So it's going to be me, Jim, Rob, in that order, and it's on the screen, so it's pretty perfect. So here we go. First round. Here we go. First pick in the draft. This is going to be pretty easy for me. Thank you. I had to go into it in a second.
I won't. You certainly won't do it for everything.
Don't get mad at me, Mr. Genius. But I'm going to take the main event that really changed the face of wrestling, and I'm going to go Hogan Andre. It's the one that, look, it wasn't the greatest match of all time. No. Is it 10 out of 10? Yes, because of all the psychology necessary in that match. So that's why I still look at this match, and I think even more so now. I'm doing a project with my buddy Ryan, and we're watching all the first four WrestleManias. That match, as much times I watched that match through the years, watching it recently again, it does hit me more. Like 39 years later, like, jeez, like take away the fact that Andre was not healthy and all this stuff. It's actually a really good wrestling match for the psychology alone, and
Right.
you bought in. So Hogan Andre for me, man. So for the first pick. So, all right, Jim, what is your selection here?
This is easy. 2 years ago, today actually, on the dot, I sat night 2 of my very first
You
WrestleMania
fucking
live
homer.
in person. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 40 main event.
That I knew you were taking that shit, bro.
That WrestleMania will always be number 1 for me. Like it because not only was it my first one, but it was actually real good.
Yeah.
Both nights were great. So yeah, that one was easy.
You were there too, Rob.
Yeah, I went to night 2. Me and Jason were at night 2.
Yeah, you were there
Yeah.
too. So
Other than the stadium being cold as all get out, it was a
Oh,
really great night.
Sunday was warm compared to night 1, man.
yeah, I heard you guys are bitching.
Night
I
one.
texted all you guys. And you guys were telling me fucking Sarah was a fucking disaster.
Night 1 was painful. Luckily, we splurged. We got in the club level, so our concourse was enclosed. So like we were doing. I think I went out once or twice. EJ, little Joe. I think he spent more time in the concourse than he did in the seats for night 1. It was cloudy. It was the temperature wise was colder and it was windy. There was like 40-mile-an-hour winds ripping through that stadium, and it was it was freaking cold.
And I'll say it again. I don't feel sorry for Joe. Joe is from New York. He should be used to this shit. He only moved to Florida a couple years ago. So no. That's a Joe problem. All right, Rob, your first pick in draft.
Well, now, all right. So 3 is off the board.
Sorry, Rob. You're gonna hate me now.
4 is
Sorry.
off the board. So I'm going to go with WrestleMania 31.
The cash in.
Yes. That was
The heist.
that was the match. I mean, I was already, I was a Roman fan already, but that was the match that really sold me on him as being the guy they should put out in front. Because
Without question.
I mean, even before the cash in even happened, he and Brock, they beat the crap out of each other real good. And that match felt like, it felt like a heavyweight fight, and they were working like it was a heavyweight fight, and it was, as far as in ring, it was the coming out party for Reigns, because I think,
Oh yeah.
a lot of people are still skeptical of how good he could be as a, other than just being, a guy who looked the right way and was obviously like physically great athlete and all that. And it was just a hell of a match. And then of course at the end there was, history made.
Take away. Go ahead.
I predicted it, by the way.
You call this stuff cash in?
In one of my first ever like show previews that I ever wrote, I said that watch out, if Seth loses to Randy, then he's probably going to cash in the briefcase.
Rob called it. Rob is why you call him Rob the Genius, because you called it. There you go. All right, here's my second round here. My next pick here. I am very torn where to go here in this one, because I know if I don't pick this one now, I'm gonna end up losing it. But I'll go what many believe is the greatest WrestleMania of all time. I'm gonna go Rock Austin number 2 from 17 as my next main event pick. So, like I said, I know people have a lot of problems with the way it ended. Great. First of all, the match was incredible. The match is 10 out of 10 for the record. Okay. Yes, is the fact that Austin over no one cared about. It's the fact that Vince got involved and went on side with that. That's the only reason people hate that ending. It's because of Vince, not because of the two guys. Because of Vince. So
I think the reason people hate the ending is Austin has even said this too. Like, if he could do it with revisionist brain, he would have called an audible and just stunned Vince and not actually done the heel turn. Like, you do the heel turn to win the title, and then you say, fuck you, I'm not doing this. You hit McMahon with the stunner. That was really the only problem. It's like like why would you turn this guy heel like that? Like that was the thing that was like that didn't make sense. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, phenomenal, just absolutely.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I mean, I will say this much, Rob, real quick. Yeah, and Rob, you might agree with me on this too. Also, that Austin heel run, and I say in quotation because come on, really, you can't really hate Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. It was really funny. The
fun,
thing
but it didn't need to happen.
Right,
That's
I agree.
fair.
But you can still do that as a babyface too. Also, go ahead, Rob. You want to say?
Well, because I mean, it's one of those things that, and I mean, you can kind of understand why they wanted to do it because they've been running that feud for 3 years, and you don't. I think they were thinking you want to kind of pivot while it's still fresh, while people are not tired of it, while it's not dead. And so I think they thought, okay, well, we should change direction while we still got, a lot of momentum and all of that stuff and not wait too late to do it. So it's one of those, I mean, it makes, you can talk yourself into it when you're sitting down and having like a meeting or whatever, saying, we really need to get out ahead of this and not wait until too long, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, the audience did not want it. So if if we as an audience had been ready for it, or if we were tired of Austin, then it probably would have been remembered more fondly. But they did it at a point where we didn't want that, and
Right.
yeah, so it just
I get it.
it didn't go over well, and it's not looked back on fondly. But I mean, the match was incredible. I mean,
Yes.
again, that was another one that felt. I mean, that felt like a like a like a superhero movie closing scene kind of fight. I mean, that's how hard they were going.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I mean, the ending. Well, now because of how the heel turn went over,
Mhm.
the ending. A lot of people don't like the ending, but for me, Jim Ross's call, like in the closing moments of the show,
Satan!
like Stone Cold is so hard to sing themselves.
Satan!
Yeah, his voice is all blown up. Like, yeah, that was peak JR.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm a gorilla guy, man, but JR is right there, bro. As far as play-by-play, right there. So, and he might be better than Gorilla just for the fact that JR didn't need anybody. Gorilla was great with a team. JR could be by himself. He elevated Jerry Lawler, in my opinion. So, all right, Jim, your second pick.
Yeah. This one's easy. I power ranked everything, so my picks are going to be very easy because I'll just mark them off as I go. But WrestleMania 26, Career versus Street, Taker versus Shawn Michaels.
God darn it, you stole my pick. I was going to take that next. That's what I'm saying. I know that won't be there. That won't be there, but whatever. Do you prefer? Okay, which match do you think is better of the two? So a lot of debate on that.
I think the first match is better, but I think because of the stakes with this one, this one felt bigger. If that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. All right, Rob, what's your second pick of this draft?
I'm taking notes here. So, all right, so we got so you picked 3, and then 17 is gone. I took 31. All right, 40 is gone, and 2, 3, 17, 31, 40. Okay. I'm going to take WrestleMania 6.
Damn it! I was on the list. Oh,
that was literally the next one on my list.
I just watched it. I just watched that this afternoon too. Also, because I finished my WrestleMania 6 episode I'm recording tomorrow night. Darn it!
Yeah,
10 out of 10 record.
That was the first. That was actually the first WrestleMania that I watched live. I had watched the other ones later on, like on video or whatever. It was the first one I watched live, I went with a couple friends of mine
Mhm.
at Jim. You know the old Capitol Center, right?
Oh hell yeah!
Well, they were showing on the big screen at the Capitol Center, and we went to
That's
go
Oh,
see
they
it.
did? Okay.
That
We
is
went to go
awesome.
see it there at the Capitol Center on the big screen. And
That's badass.
Home on Washington Bullets.
yes, and that's also where I had my graduation.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay. Very
Yeah,
good.
'cause, um, so that was the first one we saw live, and at that point, again, when I started out as a Hulkamaniac, but at that point, when I had kind of moved on, and I got kind of tired of it, so I was rooting for the Ultimate Warrior that
Oh,
that day,
God. Ugh.
and I mean, just the whole the back and forth between the two of them, just getting all their stuff in was just outstanding. And then the finish, oh my goodness, because up to that point, like for almost a year, Hogan had been doing the exact same finish. He would kick out of the leg drop. He would block the punches, get 3 punches, then hit the big boot and then the leg drop.
Yeah.
And for like almost a year, he was doing that for like every match.
Except one match, though. I think I told you this a couple weeks ago. You know the match, Rob. Which match did you lose in that year?
Darn, now of course
And
I
it was
forget it.
when there's one person that was like out of nowhere. You can never even envision this happening.
It's okay.
It's a genius, buddy. The genius.
Oh, could be my
count
count.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this case, all right, so so I was rooting for the Ultimate Warrior. And then so when the Warrior does his finish and Hogan kicks out, I'm like, oh shit. Like, here we go. And I'm like, oh brother, here we go. So he goes with the whole routine, right? And then he goes for the leg drop and the Warrior moves out of the way. And that had never happened before. Nobody had ever moved out of the way.
But did you notice that on that leg drop too? The camera goes up. He goes really high in the air, and the camera
Oh,
goes
yeah,
up.
and
You
the
don't
funny thing
you
is,
don't even
like,
see Warrior move until literally comes down.
yeah, and then it's funny because people like to shit on that as a finisher, but I'm thinking, look, if a 300-pound guy jumps like a few feet up in the air and then lands across your chest, that's what's gonna hurt. I mean,
Yeah. That was not a good day for me as a Hulkamaniac. So you may enjoyed that, but I hated Warrior back then. I loved Hogan.
But
So
then, yeah, so when he moved out of the way, I mean, I almost jumped out of my seat because that's when I knew it was like, oh, he's gonna do it. And he moved out of the way and then he hits the splash, and then I mean, it was still like nobody. I mean, and Hogan hadn't lost a match. He hadn't been pinned clean like since he'd come back to WWF.
that's correct.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the only time he had been pinned was that bogus Andre thing with the referee.
And that was not clean. Yeah.
No, I mean, and so yeah. I mean, it was just. I mean, so it was shocking.
Yeah.
And it was a great match. And
It wasn't shocking, Rob. It was sad. Okay, let's call it what it is. It's sad. It made me cry.
Well,
I cried. I cried,
I
bro.
understand.
I cried, bro.
Trust me, I understand. Okay, look, if I understand, I do. Okay,
Look right now.
so I'm not making fun of your situation here.
Situation.
So how it was for me. Okay, at that point, and I mean, it was just. I mean, one of the best endings for a match that as far as just the structure and all of that and everything that they had come up with.
And the psychology too, bro. Like the whole first 10 minutes of like doing the strength for strength, test of strength, the stare down, and then the whole like knee thing with like my knee is gone. They dragged that thing out really well and made it look believable.
Yeah,
great job.
And then, the test of strength was like, I mean, that was like an apocalyptic moment there. Those two guys doing it, I mean, yeah, just great match, great finish.
Right. All right. Next one for me. This is the third round now. My pick. This match not considered a great match by virtue of what the work they've done in the past, but it is my favorite WrestleMania of all time. It is arguably, if not the greatest storyline in the history of wrestling. I'm going to go Hogan and Savage at 5. I've seen better matches these two guys than the one at 5. It was a good match. Don't be wrong, but I've seen better. Savage was actually hurt also in that match. He got the little burst thingy on his arm, whatever it was, a staph infection in his arm prior to the match, so he was not healthy in that match. It was still a good match, but the story was bigger than the match itself, honestly. But when you had any cool Liz, so I figured just take it off the board now. So Savage Hogan from 5.
Okay, so
All right.
what was your
But
last pick, Jim? I missed that one.
Oh,
He
last
went-
one I had was Taker and Michaels from 26.
26. Okay.
okay, so Jim, your go now. Your third pick.
Yes, this is the next one that's on my list. You know, for me, I had the one you just took a lot lower. But this is one of my favorite WrestleMania matches. It is a guilty pleasure. I will watch it if I just need a feel good, 20-minute wrestling.
Hogan Monday.
Close. No, WrestleMania 36, night 1, Undertaker, AJ Styles Boneyard match.
You
It
swear by that fucking thing,
It
bro.
is
Oh, it was
so
great.
good.
Yeah,
It-
it was.
It
Still
was.
holds up, man. It is so good. And you think about like at the time, like we've now sat and watched, warehouse wrestling for 3.5 weeks, and then you give us two dudes in a cemetery beating each other up, and there's guys going through barns and grave diggers and all that. Like it was exactly what we needed, and we didn't know it was even coming. It was incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Absolutely great match, without
It was,
question.
it was a perfect ending for Taker's career.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I got Metallica too on top of that, so it's awesome.
Right, and that's the crazy part about it is like, I don't doubt that those two could have had a fairly decent match
Of course.
in the ring, but Undertaker getting that as the exclamation point on his career, pandemic aside, it worked out to be so much better than what his actual final match would have been.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Robbie, your third pick.
Okay. I am going with WrestleMania 28.
That is, of course, Roxina.
Yes, the first one.
Yes.
And that is the match that brought me back to being a wrestling fan.
Once in a lifetime, part 1.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that is the match that brought me back to being a wrestling fan. I started paying attention to it again like in 2011. But when they announced that they were going to do Rock and Cena, I had to see that because because I watched the whole Attitude Era. So, but I'd missed Cena's whole time, right? Because I wasn't watching it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to see, the big star of today versus the last big star that I watched regularly. And that, that got my interest. It got me back in, and I've stayed in ever since. And it was a really good match too.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
certainly better than the second one.
second, yeah. And another great finish. Because Cena arrogantly goes like do the people's elbow, and Rock hops up at the last second and catches him with the rock bottom, and it's a big count.
Yeah. All right, my go for the fourth round here, I believe. So let's get my pick here. I'm gonna grab this one. I'm gonna do something similar to what Jim did here, but I think this match is actually better than the one Jim picked. I'm gonna go Roman and Cody from 39. I think that match is actually better than 40, honestly. The match itself. I'm saying the old pomp and stuff, but
as far as a pure match, yes, because
the match itself was better than 40, in my opinion.
Yeah, 40 had all the run-ins and everything, and
right. Yeah, not saying it ruined it, but it's the better match, though.
It's just 39 was a better wrestling match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 39 better wrestling match. 40 was the sports entertainment
Spectacle.
extravaganza.
Right, better story, and again, people. I remember in real time, people bitching, "Why did you not let Cody get the title?" 40 now matters more. Is now answer that question. So in hindsight, they made the right call here by Roman keeping the title. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Cody comes back from Royal Rumble after injury, right? He wins the Rumble. Okay, he wins the title match. He picks Roman, and he wins the title, and that's it. And that's all we're getting. That's the story. That's it. No, does that mean something? The chase matters, and that whole year between him losing and then winning again in 40, when you attended, of course, you guys both attended there. it made it worth it.
Yeah, no,
You
it
don't
it,
get- but you
it absolutely
right.
made it worth it in the end for sure.
But you don't get that without 39. So
Correct. Oh yeah, you had to have the fall before you got the win.
absolutely. All right, Jim, it is your go. What is your fourth pick of this draft?
Yeah, so next one on my list, go back to the first WrestleMania in the 3CT era. The very first one after we started doing the podcast was the culmination of the Yes movement. Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Batista at WrestleMania 30.
I actually watched that one in real time. That was the first WrestleMania I watched in real time since stopping in 2002.
So
and
26 was my comeback. So
right.
I had kind of stopped watching in like 2003, 2004.
Right.
Check in like randomly on Rumbles or Mania. But 26 when Bret Hart came back, leading up to that one, that's what hooked me back in.
And the only reason I checked in this one because that was the year the network was formed.
Yeah.
So I had a network ready. I got network for the library. I figured, well, fuck.
I was gonna say you had to watch, old
free
Saturday night main events.
Yeah, exactly. So at least okay. Well, I'm gonna watch WrestleMania. See what's going on. So I almost did come back that year, and I watched for the Brock. I also watched for the Brock Taker match, obviously. But yeah, that was a good. Was that a good? You think that was a good event in general though? 30.
It was decent. It was bookended extremely well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan and Triple H to open was great.
Right.
There was a good bit of filler. Brock and Taker felt big because of Taker's loss, but because of Taker's concussion, the match stunk out loud. But because you had the shocking finish, and then like the wildest part is like the last three matches on that card, you had Brock versus Taker. Taker loses. Then you have this like what felt like 6-second Diva Invitational thing that was just holy crap. Look how far we've come with women's wrestling in the last 12 years. And then, the culmination of the Yes movement and everything. So, yeah, bookended. And that's the thing. If you're not going to have a great card overall, if you can put a great opener and a great closer, you're going to trick people into thinking it was a great WrestleMania because it feels like, to this day, it feels like a great WrestleMania.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Rob, your fourth pick of this draft.
Okay, I am going WrestleMania 37, Night 2.
That is the Stack'em.
Yes, and this was a special night for all of us Roman Reigns fans because, I mean, after all the battles that we've been fighting with people on social media, and I mean, it had been a long, torturous, just fight for years on behalf of our favorite wrestler, and finally, we finally got him in a main event where where Vince didn't fuck him. Okay.
Right.
31, there was the cash in. 32, he won in 32, but that was a Triple H special where it went 10 minutes longer than it needed to. I mean, look, Triple H with a lot of 5-star matches if they were 10 minutes shorter. Okay.
I agree. I agree.
I mean, that man loved taking 10 more minutes.
Too many fucking false finishes, bro. Seriously. Good Lord.
Yeah. And then 33 Taker wasn't in great shape and the match wasn't great. And then 34 Vince fucked him.
That was a Brock one. That was Brock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 37 was one like we finally got what we wanted. Okay. And
yeah.
It was a really good match. And then again, that was one of just the image of him stacking both of those guys on top of each other.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was the first Mania of the Bloodline era. The first Mania of the Bloodline era.
Yeah.
36 was that technically he started till SummerSlam. So yeah.
Yeah.
That was the if there was a real launching pad of the Bloodline, that was it there. That was like,
And
okay,
that was
this is
the-
gonna-
that was the one that firmly established that this thing was going to be going for a while. That this
how
was not-
long we don't know, but be going for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Be going for the line. Long. All right, Rob, you scared me a little bit there. So this is the 5th round now. So my 5th pick here, you scared me because I'm going for the same WrestleMania, but you picked the other one. So thank God.
Okay.
So I'm about to pick the other 37 WrestleMania 37 main event from night 1. That is Sasha and Bianca. Of course, we already know the stakes of that one.
Yeah.
The two black females, phenomenal match, 10 out of 10. It was a turning point for the women's division, I believe, really, for the last 6 years as a result, 5 years rather, as a result. So yeah, you already know this match to this day still ages well. It's incredible. I still watch it. Like there aren't many WrestleManias in the last 5 years I watch back normally because I let it cook a couple more years. But this is one of the few matches I will watch over and over again because it's just incredible. So 37 for me. All right, Jim, your 5th pick.
Yeah. Next one on my list is one that, look, you can't erase history. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let me preface my pick.
I know exactly where you're going.
You can't erase history just because people are horrible people. But the main event of WrestleMania 20, the triple threat, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit, that match is so good. And of course you have the post match with Benoit and Eddie, and it was a tremendous moment. You go back in time, obviously the unfortunate events in the years that followed with him, but if we're talking WrestleMania main events, that's a great main event and that's a great match.
Yeah, I agree with you. Phenomenal match, actually. I get it. It's complicated, but we can separate the two. So it's all good. All right, Rob, your 5th pick.
All right. My 5th pick. Actually, I'm going to stick with Roman Reigns. I'm going to go to WrestleMania 38, night 2.
Like it's Brock.
And for many of the same reasons as we picked as my previous pick, because 37 was when we finally got to see him, established in that spot, and in 38 he finally beat Brock when it fucking mattered.
Yeah.
And it's
Did he get hurt in that match too? Also, his shoulder.
yeah, and look, and after that point, you know what? I still didn't trust Vince with Roman and Brock, so and it was clean. There were no shenanigans and run-ins or anything like that. And it wasn't a bad match. I mean, it's just that I think it ended a little abruptly because of Roman's shoulder. But I mean, if you go back and watch it, it was fine.
Yeah.
But just the meaning of it was, for me, was because it really felt like, okay, you know what, we finally conquered all the demons here. Finally.
Yeah. Right. All right, let's go to the 6th round here. My 6th pick in this main event draft, WrestleMania main event draft, rather. Let me go ahead and snatch this one before someone else takes this one. I'm going to go back to WrestleMania 8, and not the main event, but the other main event in the middle of the card. I'm going to go Savage and Flair. If you think I'm picking Hogan in the City, out of your fucking mind. That match was terrible. If you guys can have that all you want, brother. No, but Savage and Flair. So hear me out here. Savage's babyface turn in 87 to 88, going to 89 before he lost to Hogan, was a good run, but it wasn't really true to Savage's character. The babyface run in here, 92, however, from this match in, especially 2, was more catered to Savage's character. He could still be aggressive, be crazy, maniacal, but be liked also too at the same time. So while I'm a big Savage mark, of course, in terms of baby faces runs, this is better than the first one in terms of the character. Now, obviously, it's probably been better matches in the first run, but in terms of being true to who he was as a character, this run was it. And this come on, the whole storyline writes itself. Him and Liz and the whole 9. amazing. So, and the match was incredible too. I mean, he got color, both. I mean, Flair got color #1 in that match, and then his post match, of course, after Savage went nuts. It felt like that match meant more to him in the whole Liz angle than the title itself. Like if you forget, he won a title that night. He won a title that night, but the whole thing with Liz was actually the bigger story, honestly.
Oh, sure. And this WrestleMania 8 is one of my favorite. I mean, it's a great Mania. First of all,
it really is. It really is.
It's really a great Mania. Card wise, a really strong show. Probably one of the best Intercontinental title matches of all time.
Yes,
on that card.
Correct.
And then this match, obviously the main event, but it's one of my favorite reference points to when people get really mad about stipulations changing. Like when people, well, first off, because they didn't understand how Cody ended up getting the title match against Drew a couple weeks ago on SmackDown.
Right.
But secondly, when people are like, well, he wasn't supposed to get a rematch, and now he got a rematch, he wins the title. And I go, look, WrestleMania 7, the Ultimate Warrior beat Randy Savage in a career match.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, WrestleMania, Randy Savage won the world title, and Ultimate Warrior made his return. It's wrestling. Like stipulations and rules, and they don't matter.
Be damned, buddy.
It's a made up story. Like it's a choose your own adventure book. Like that's literally what we're doing here. So like I literally have used that as a reference point within the last month because of wrestling fans losing their mind. So yeah,
of course.
But yeah, I love that show. That's another feel good Mania that I can just go back to.
They look a bitch about what. Even things going well, they'll bitch about it. So whatever. I've come to terms with that already. So, all right, Jim, your 6th pick in this draft.
Yeah, this one. Now my first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 7. I'm not taking the main event from that right now. Probably at all. But one of the first Manias that I watched live, or one of the like most vivid ones that I watched live was WrestleMania 12. Because as a huge Bret Hart fan, like the idea that these guys, you're telling me these guys are going for an hour? For an hour, not like that was like unheard of. And look, I know people can say this match is boring, whatever, but I can still go back and watch this match.
Oh yeah,
enjoy it. When you have two of the best to ever do it. That it's a great match. You can talk about rest hold and this and that, but like when you look at the psychology of what you're doing in the rest holds, trying to break a body down. Cinema. Yeah, so give me Bret versus Shawn in WrestleMania 12 in the Iron Man.
It's a match I would watch periodically, but it's also a match I gotta be in the mood for. It's like bands I love, like Tool or Deftones.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It's not one that's just like, man, I could watch some wrestling. Let me throw on the Iron Man.
But I gotta be in the mood.
You gotta be like, look, I got an hour.
Yeah.
Let me, I got a little bit over an hour to kill, and I'm in the mood to watch some ground wrestling.
Now, if I'm in the airport, my flight's delayed, then I'll watch that, So,
it's a good time killer.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Rob, your 6th pick.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to go with I'm gonna go sentimental again. WrestleMania 2.
You're doing it.
It's the first one I watched.
You're doing it, Rob.
What? It was the first WrestleMania I watched.
That's right.
It was a few months after it had aired, and look, that was when I was kind of in my peak as a Hulkamaniac. Okay, and so it meant everything to see that, and I hated King Kong Bundy with a passion for injuring the Hulkster, and and look, I bought that whole thing hook, line, and sinker, wearing the tape around his midsection to show the rib injury and all of that, and it was a cage match, and Bundy got a little color there, and I think that was the debut of the steel bars type of cage.
That is correct.
Yeah. And look, then they went through the usual Hogan routine. Hogan tried to slam him and couldn't get him up the first time, and he slammed him later, and then dropped the leg on him and climbed out. And look, I was 11 years old, right? So that at that point, that meant everything to me at that point.
Yeah. I get it. All right, let's go to the 7th round here. The 7th pick of this draft might go. All right, it's getting thin here now, guys. There's some good matches here though, but I'm trying to figure out a strategy here if I should like pick this match and to avoid you guys taking it or not. All right. There's a lot of shit here too, also on this list. Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
A lot of shit here, bro. Fuck it. Let's go ahead and do it. It could be it is technically the last match of the show. So I'll go ahead and take it. It's Savage DiBiase for the title. It's a tournament at 4. Again, I've seen better Savage DiBiase matches. There's actually one for the main event, literally 2 weeks before this show itself. But given the list and given also this show and the stakes, of course, and the story, intertwining the Hogan Andre story with the Savage Mega Powers and DiBiase, getting to the WWF and all of a sudden, demanding, the title, buying the title, all that coming around into one in full circle into one big tournament into the match. And the match was really good for what it was, so Savage and DiBiase for 4. So, all right, Jim, your 7th pick of this draft.
I'm gonna go and this match was better than it had any business being due to the condition of one of the two guys in the match. And I'm gonna go WrestleMania 14. Austin versus HBK. My list is very HBK heavy. There's a reason they call this dude Mr. WrestleMania.
And you'd be right. I almost took this match next because that match is actually really good for what it was, for what the situation and circumstances were. It's a very good match.
There's drugs work, folks. Drugs work. We're not endorsing them. We're not endorsing them. We're just saying they work. Because Michaels was hopped up on God knows what that night. And made it through.
I'll say again, that back injury saved his career and his life, honestly. So honestly, I'm actually glad it happened in hindsight.
For sure. Career. Obviously he was lucky enough to get it back. But life, If Michaels doesn't get hurt and he keeps running the same way that he was, it's
right. Hard to imagine.
There's a lot of scary things that could have happened.
By the way, his entrance that night too, also one of my favorite wrestling entrances of all time.
Really,
with the DX band, fucking amazing. I love that entrance. So aggressive, dude. So
I think that dude recently passed away.
I don't think that's right. No, I don't think it's recent. He died. I think a year or two after that event.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll look that up.
Yeah. Anyway, while you're looking up, get to Rob for his 7th pick this draft. Because we're done 2000, actually 2001, 1 and 2.
This is getting slim here, Pickens.
It is getting slim. There's some good stuff here though. But you have to dig in a little bit here. Make sure you remember it's memories.
Well, you know what? We're gonna go sentimental again here. I'm gonna take 35.
The late. Oh, I'm surprised you didn't take it earlier because your girl's in there.
Well,
the hell?
Well, that's what I'm taking now. Yes. Okay. But it was a fine match. It's just the show was so long.
Exactly.
Like, everybody, the crowd
ended 3 minutes ago before we went on air.
Yeah, that's breaking news. Yeah.
Right. That show was way too damn long, and we were all dead tired by the time the match happened. But my favorite woman wrestler was in the match, and she flew in on a helicopter. So
there you go.
Okay. The match itself wasn't. I say it wasn't bad. I even think it was good. The finish was kind of was janky, but because it wasn't supposed to. I think Ronda's shoulder popped up or something, and by accident or whatever, it was supposed to stay down, of course. And some people thought that she did that on purpose, and she has said repeatedly that no, she did not. That it was.
Right. I'll take her on her word. I'll take her on her word. By the way, I feel bad for Becky because that pop she got at the end was more like a finally than new champion. You know what I mean? I feel bad.
She'll live. She lived.
Yeah, of course. She'll live.
Yeah, it should have been. It should have felt like a bigger moment, but it was just. Yeah, everybody was. I didn't go to that one. That was Ryan and intern Mark's first WrestleMania. They went to that one. Luckily I didn't. I actually had the flu that night. Would have been my flu
Thanks.
game if I would have went to that one. But yeah, just when it was over, like I was half asleep on the couch, like I was just fighting to stay awake. And I'm like, when is this show gonna end? And I'm like, it was like over. I'm like,
drizzling
good.
shit.
And I was like, I was out. I was out like a light.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the 8th round here. My go.
By the way, Chris Warren was the guy's name. Died June of 2016. So
2016?
Yeah. So we were both wrong in similar ways because I thought it was like
you won because you were a lot closer
like
than
2 or
me.
3 years ago, and you thought it was much.
I thought it was 2000. My God, I apologize. My bad information there. I apologize. Trying to dime off early. Jeez, what's wrong with me? All right. Yeah, Rob was right. This is some pickings here. So, okay, so this is a little controversial because like 18, technically the main event is Jericho and Triple H.
Yeah.
However, the bill on the actual thing is Icon, Hogan and Rock.
Yeah, but I don't think they technically, like, it wasn't like a double main event.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I didn't pick it. It's like I don't know if it's
that one would not be a main event. That's one I would fight you on.
That would have been gone a long time ago. First off.
Well, yeah, it would have been gone long ago.
Probably the first round, if you're being honest.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
First,
So we won't do that one.
Funny story about that. Because I had some of my friends over at the house to watch that one WrestleMania. Was it 18? Not 18. 18.
It was 18.
Yeah, and it was funny because as soon as Rock and Hogan were over, they went home.
Oh my God!
Like everybody. Not me. I was a Triple H mark at the time, so I was locked in for the actual.
And now, see, this was my sad WrestleMania because I was a Jericho-holic, and I knew the whole time what was going to happen at the end of that show.
Yep.
So just like how you felt sad at the end of WrestleMania 6, Ernest, that's how I felt at the end of 18 because I was a super Jericho-holic.
Wow.
And going into that show, the writing was on the wall. Yeah, it was.
Hey, Sunward.
It was over for him when they made that YouTube montage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was. I mean, it was.
He made the Beautiful Day montage. Jericho didn't stand a shot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was.
Still, to this day, one of the best video montages that the WWE video team has ever put together for a single wrestler is that Beautiful Day Triple H return from injury montage.
Yeah. In any case, I'm gonna take this one. Not a great match, but fun spectacle. I'm gonna go 38. Stone Cold Steve Austin against Kevin Owens.
Man, that's such a good one.
That's a fun match, dude. Fun match. Austin's return, first WrestleMania since 19.
It had no business being as good as
it was really good. It's fun.
I thought for sure we were going to get like 7 minutes, a couple of middle fingers, a stomp in the corner, a stunner, and go home.
A couple beers and get out of here. Yep.
Dudes out getting suplexed on the floor. It's like,
yeah, that was a fun match, man. It was really a fun match. I popped with Austin that night, man. Definitely. So, all right, Jim, your 8th pick of this draft.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back where I started this draft. I'm going to go night 1 of WrestleMania 40, Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. You would have told me like a decade ago when I started podcasting and really digging back into wrestling that my first WrestleMania, I was going to see the fucking Rock main event. I would have told you were high. Yeah. And like, man, it set the table for what was the sports entertainment extravaganza the next night.
Yeah.
Is that the only time you saw Rock live ever?
No, I had seen him live before.
No, I mean like in the building, same building. I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I'd seen him at like Raws and things over the years.
Oh, okay, good.
But it was the first time I've seen him wrestle in decades, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like the idea of like my first WrestleMania, I'm getting to Whoa with Cody and do the song with Seth, and I'm watching the fucking Rock. Like it was awesome.
I'm kind of shocked this thing got picked earlier. It wasn't a match.
Yeah, I mean, it was long. Yeah. It was long, and it was bright. Brought to you by American Home Shield. I can't say that story. I'll always be able to tell you that. Holy shit! Like we're all like sitting there, like fuck. It's so bright in here. Turn the advertisements down.
Oh, that's great.
No,
That's
it
great.
it was very sports entertaining.
Yeah. All right, Rob, your 8th pick of this draft.
Really?
Slim Pickens, Rob the Genius. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting rough out there now.
brother, you have no idea. I'm staring at this list right now. I'm like, God, Lord. There's some good ones there, man, but which I know I'll take, but it's like,
Yeah, there's still a couple good ones.
Yeah, some good ones I'm gonna look at.
I'm gonna take 24. It was it was a very good match. So
A very good match, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's one of the good ones.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, there's nothing more to say about that one.
Well, I mean, it's not very historic. It doesn't have any historical significance, really.
It just continues to speak. The streak continues. That's all.
Yeah. Although, I mean, you could say that on that show, they probably should have went with Rick and Shawn for the main event. But
probably,
yeah,
probably.
It's the same situation with Rock and Hogan. Same scenario.
Yeah.
I get it. All right. 9th round, my goal. I got 2 picks I'm looking at here. Okay. So I hate this Mania, but this match isn't that bad. I'm going to go Rock Austin 15. The match is okay, actually. A little bit little messy for my taste, though. Too many run-ins and, all that stuff. And that was the era of era booking, just like do what the fuck you want and whatever. But the match was pretty decent. It is definitely the worst of the 3. I would say it's the worst of the 3, the trilogy of Rock Austin.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
First off, I quite as kept. You don't think I'm crazy. I think I personally prefer 19 over 17. Personally, I'm not saying it's better than 17. I'm just saying, personal level, I prefer that match.
Yeah, well, I think because I kind of feel the same way. I think sometimes with the 19 match, you go, this, we know it was his last one, so I think there's a bit of heaviness to it that makes it feel better.
Yes,
Baker versus Brock.
And it's the only one that had like a clean finish, like a clean, no one got involved.
That too, yeah.
Vince got involved in 17. You had a bunch of run-ins on 15 as well too. Also, but I'll take. And otherwise, really bad Mania. This is the match I'll take for this one. All right, Jim, your 9th pick.
Next one on my list, WrestleMania 19. Kurt Angle.
Oh, that was next.
So yeah,
I knew if I didn't take that one now, this would be gone.
Yeah, it rocked, man, and I mean, obviously the ending could have ended up a whole lot worse for Brock, but the match itself was great, and crazy that a year from then, he was leaving for a while, but man, everything was turning up Brock at that point.
Yeah. All right, Rob, your 9th pick. What you going?
Oh, really?
He's struggling, bro. He's struggling. He's like, man.
I'm gonna go with. I just thought of it. 21. Batista and Triple H.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Again,
that's a good match, actually.
Yeah, just on the count of how good it was.
Probably my favorite entrance of all WrestleMania history. Hunters to Motorhead. Amazing.
Oh, yeah. I was like, he had a couple of good ones there for a couple of years.
That one's the best one, though, because fucking Lemmy. I'm a big Lemmy guy. I'm a Lemmy stan, so you already know how I feel about Lemmy and Motorhead. So, yeah, I love it. It's a good match overall, too, also. Putting the keys in Batista's hand to become the guy alongside Cena. All right, last round here, guys. There we go. 10th pick for me. There's still a couple good matches here, actually, I could choose from, to be honest with you. I'm going to go 23, Cena and HBK, actually. That's a good match. I'm surprised
it was.
I'm surprised no one took this one, actually.
I think it was just, again, it didn't have a big historical significance.
Mm-hmm. No, true. And to be honest with you, I don't think that was. Say it again now?
Which one did you take?
I took Cena against HBK.
Okay.
23.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Someone got hurt, and HBK took over that spot, right? Triple H got hurt, I think. Maybe someone else got hurt.
Maybe this is a period of time I wasn't really watching. So.
Neither. So HBK was slotted in last minute in this match. Apparently, I don't know if it was kayfabe or not, but initially I think someone else was supposed to face Cena at WrestleMania, and then they slotted in HBK instead. Can't remember if it was kayfabe or not, but in any case, great match anyway, regardless. So, all right, Jim, your 10th pick of this draft.
Man, it's one we've already talked about. Rob, close your ears for me for a second. Chris Jericho, Triple H at WrestleMania 18. The unfortunate thing for this match is what it had to follow. Because the match itself was good. No surprise that Chris Jericho and Triple H at that time of their careers had a really good match. It feels so less than because it followed one of like the biggest WrestleMania moments of all time. But for me, great match and huge Triple H mark at the time. To see him get the title was huge as well.
All right, Rob, your last pick of the draft.
Oh, brother.
It's a couple good ones. That's a couple good ones here still, I see.
There are some good ones. But I kind of don't like the way some of them ended. So I don't like 41 last year, night one. I'm a Roman fan, so I was not happy at him not winning. So
yeah, that was also the turn on Heyman turned on.
Yeah, so it was a great match, but I just wasn't happy with the outcome.
Yeah. No Cody Cena.
Hell.
Fuck no. Fucking Travis Scott can go piss off, bro.
31 night one was really great also, but Charlotte and Rhea should have main evented that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
So I'm going to go with WrestleMania 1. That was the show that got me into
I knew you were gonna do it. I knew you're gonna end up doing the original. I knew it. He's taking number one probably.
That was the show, and that was the match that got me interested in pro wrestling.
And honestly, I'm doing a project with my buddy Ryan. We literally watched that match a couple weeks ago. That match actually 8 is okay. If you take away the fact that it's not 2026, apply 1985 rules to it, and take what it was in that era, it's not a bad match, bro.
It's a sports entertainment match.
Bro, the Heat Roddy got in that match, bro. Oh my gosh, come on.
Oh look, and people talk about heels and getting the heat. Roddy in 85, nobody's talking that.
Roddy might put in the book.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love that pick. All right, so here are the matches that were not selected by us here tonight. We had Hogan Slaughter at 7. Whatever. Hogan Sid at 8.
That one, that Mania holds a special place. That was the first one I watched live.
Yeah, I watched it. I actually like that Mania. The worst match is arguably that match.
Yeah, it's not a great match.
Hogan Sid at 8. That was not picked also too. Arguably the worst match on that card. Also, arguably the worst match. So, but again, not Hogan's fault though. We'll say it's the opponents.
It didn't work. It was a bad match up until that, but it wasn't good.
Yeah. And again, Hogan had a good run of matches before that. Andre and Savage and Warrior, and then you have these two fucking things. Whatever. You had Bret Hart, Yokozuna going back to back years, 9 and 10.
10 was a better match. 10 was a better match. Bret got more out of him that night. Unfortunately for 9, it ended up being just
shit ending.
That match was fodder to get Hogan his belt back. But 10 was good.
Right.
You had pretty good.
You had Bam Adebayo. I'm joking. Bam Bigelow and LT at 11.
So I made a list, and it's 47 matches long, right?
Right.
Power ranked them. Very last one, Bam Bam versus LT.
Wow.
Horrible.
Yes.
Horrible. Worst match
I agree.
and arguably the worst WrestleMania.
That's barely a one match WrestleMania. I mean, I like Diesel and fucking Shawn from that match, actually.
Yeah, decent.
I've seen better matches of those two, but it's not a bad match, but it's a one match.
It's an absolute clunker.
We also didn't pick Taker and Sid from 13. Not terrible.
No, not a bad match.
But I could do without that one. We didn't pick Cena and Triple H at 22.
That actually wasn't bad.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time. Triple H and Randy Orton from 25.
That was a letdown. Given the build for that match.
Yeah.
That's a match of great build, and the match was there.
I gotta watch it again. Here we go, 27. Cena and Miz.
Because you're expecting them to go out there and try to kill each other, and they just had that. And they just went out and had a proper wrestling match. And
Cena and Miz from 27. Oh God.
Now I'll give them one excuse because Miz got concussed halfway through the match.
Yeah, similar to Taker Brock.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got concussed outside the ring, and he doesn't remember the match. When he talks about it, he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
He can't remember. He has no memory of the match because he was concussed and he was just
wow. That's crazy. Rock Cena 2 at 29. Not good.
Another rough Mania.
Hunter and Roman at 32.
Ugh.
Not terrible, but
10 minutes
whatever.
too long. 10 minutes too long.
Yep.
Taker Roman at 33. Man,
Taker was hurt. His hip was
on. Yeah, that was done. He should have retired there. There should have retired. Brock Roman at 34.
We don't get the Boneyard match.
Yeah. Brock Roman at 34.
Hit him dirty.
This match I actually do like, but because of the circumstances, it doesn't hold up well. Brock and Drew at 36.
Yeah, it was fine, but man, especially coming off of the Boneyard match the night before, closing with that, and it great for Drew. Obviously, he gets his WrestleMania moment, kind of. But man, what an unfortunate situation for a guy to win that Rumble and have that chance.
Now, this match I was surprised no one took. Actually, to be honest with you, I prefer taking it from 39 to Usos and versus KO and Sami Zayn night one. Surprised no one took that match. That was a good match.
If we would have went one or two more rounds, it would have ended up on mine.
Of course, yeah. This just in shit stuff here. Of course, Rob mentioned earlier last year Seth Roman and Punk 41
that
night one.
Because I was going down the list every time one gets marked off. That's the next one. That would be the next match for me.
Oh shit! And then of course 41 as well too. Cody and John Cena last year.
Oh, bro!
Fucking Travis Scott.
The thing that sucks about it is I loved the match.
Bingo.
Up until
Travis Scott.
I thought what they were doing, and the way that they were presenting it and all of that, I thought it was really, really good. And then you had to do the Travis Scott stuff.
Yeah, so stupid, bro. I hate that moment for Cena as a result.
Yeah,
that mars his fucking 17th title, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, before we get out of here, one last thing to get out of here. It is, again, we love doing anniversary of the show. It is the 15-year anniversary of WrestleMania 27, which took place on April 3rd, 2011 at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia. The attendance was 71,617. The buy rate was 1,124,000. The tagline, the biggest WrestleMania ever. Here are some of the matches here. We had two, I think, pre-show matches, dark match, actually, rather. What was it? Like Great Khali win the Battle Royal against by eliminating Sheamus. Sheamus beats down Ryan in no contest for the U.S. title. You had the World Heavyweight Championship match between Edge defeating Alvaro Del Rio by pinfall. Cody Rhodes defeat Rey Mysterio by pinfall. You had a 8-man tag team match between the Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Santino Morello defeating the core of Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Wade Barrett. Randy Orton defeats CM Punk by pinfall.
Probably best match of the night.
Was it really?
Well, either that or the Triple H Undertaker one.
Yeah. Michael Cole with Jack Swagger in his corner defeats Jerry Lawler by disqualification. Stone Cold Steve Austin was referee. The Undertaker beats Triple H by submission, a no holds barred match. You have a six-person mixed tag team match where John Morrison, Nicole Snooki Polizzi, and Trish Stratus defeated Dolph Ziggler and that's Layla and Michelle McCool by pinfall. And of course, the main event, The Miz, with Alex Riley in his corner, defeats John Cena by pinfall for the WWE Championship. I don't think I've ever seen this Mania in full ever. I'm not motivated to read this fucking card. I'm not motivated to watch this fucking match.
Oh, brother,
it was. Yeah.
If we're talking worst WrestleManias, and I haven't even watched this one yet, like I will say, there's some matches that I think are worth probably watching. Like Taker and Triple H, maybe it's worth watching. And you mentioned Orton and CM Punk. Okay, fine. So maybe it's a 2-card Mania. But just from looking right here, from like here, like this is probably bottom 5 WrestleMania all time, right?
Yeah, it's not good. I know I watched it.
In real time.
Undertaker Triple H is really good. I still don't know this is the one in the post match where Taker like collapsed off of the ring apron and had to be like carted out even though he won. Like I don't know if he just got that gassed or if he got hurt, or to this day I like that, like somebody on a fucking podcast needs to ask that man that question. Like that, if I have one question to ask the Undertaker at this point, because he's kind of covered a lot of those unanswered questions, like what the fuck happened after this match, bro?
Yeah.
That match was really good. Yeah, I mean, like it was cool. I've always been a Miz guy, so like him winning the title is cool. But again, the match stank because he got concussed. Besides that, like I'm looking over this card and I'm like, I don't remember fuck all from this show.
Oh man, because like I didn't watch it until a few years later, and
still not good.
No.
The opening match was okay, with Edge and Del Rio, and now Del Rio, man, you want to talk about people getting shoved down your throat?
Oh yeah.
All right, let me just give you some history here. All right, that year, 2011, he won the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
And then he lost his title shot to Edge. And then later on in the same year, he won Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely putting on my throat. Shit.
That's how hard they were trying to make him a thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and he cashed in the briefcase on CM Punk. Okay.
Right.
That's okay. They have never tried that hard to make somebody a thing, and it didn't take. Okay. So yeah, we want to talk about people getting shoved down your throat. Like he is number one. But anyway, yeah, it's just and then they had like was it a 6-man tag or
yeah,
and it literally lasted like a minute.
Really?
Yes, it was very
short.
Yeah.
8-man tag, 1 minute,
1 minute, 32 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was over. Yeah, so it was over in a minute and a half. And then
the Snooki match was 3 minutes long.
That was 3 minutes. And then so now those matches are really short. And then damn it, they gave JR and Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler like 15 minutes.
Yes, 13:48 in fact. Yeah.
48.
Yeah.
I mean,
fucking crazy.
The event Vince must have been really dipping into the powder that day.
Let me ask a question because I don't have any reference point in this one, but I love the Miz. Miz is one of the greatest mid-carders in history of, and that's not even an insult. He's one of the greatest mid-carders in history of pro wrestling. So, was the Miz really that hot at this time, to the point where like you're top of high powers now, where like he's winning the title? Like,
that was probably his peak, but it's just I think they ran out of guys.
Was that the right guy? I'm saying was that the right move to make at that time, 2011, to put him over John Cena?
I mean, I think he was all they had because look what happened. All right, between so at that point, Batista quit in 2010. He just quit and left.
Right. Okay.
So he wasn't there anymore.
Michaels is gone too, also.
Yeah, and Jericho was gone. Taker was part-time. Hunter was part-time at that point. And they fought each other. I guess they were saving Punk for later,
because the whole thing, the pipe bomb and all that happened later on that year. So they were saving Punk for later, and Cena and Randy had already fought 1,000,000 times.
Right. That makes sense.
So, and then also, and then The Rock was the host of the show, and of course, basically that show was kind of just to get him back in the fold and set things up for the next year. So Miz was kind of who they had, and look, he made the most out of it, and he did a great, for what it's worth. He did the great job on his end.
I'm not saying they shouldn't have done it. I'm just saying that what was the environment back in 2011? Like I was not really watching. I wasn't watching it all. And to be honest with you, of any era that's like a dead period for me in terms of like even in hindsight, I would say 2011, 2012 is pretty much a dead period for me. Like I don't know. I don't know what was what.
Well, I think just because I think at that point, as far as like the roster was kind of at its low point. Again, because so many people that had left and or were in or were about to leave. And yeah, he was what they had left at that point. And look, again, he made the most out of it, and he played up the fact that people thought he didn't deserve to be there.
Right.
And he leaned into that all the way. And like the video montage before he came, for his entrance was like one of the best ones they ever did.
Right.
Because they did was it Hate Me Now from Nas.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. And he totally leaned into the fact that that y'all don't think I should be here, and y'all think I don't deserve to be here. And
that's smart to do. That's very smart to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean he totally leaned into it, and he did a great job on his own. But again, the match was, he got concussed outside, and so and look, kudos to him for finishing the match, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I
mean, because he laid out there and just got counted out. I mean, and and so he made it. He got back in the ring and he finished.
But a dead roster in 2011 is why 2012 was important. Why the Shield got called up.
Right.
Yeah. There you go. So, Jimmy, anything to say about the WrestleMania at all? Any positives?
I mean, Taker Triple H was good. That's the positive takeaway. Yeah, it's one of those years that, and it happens. Look, it doesn't always justify it when a company of that size is as big as that, but some years you just don't hit home runs, man. You just don't. Last year was one of them. Like I said, I hope this year's better, but WrestleMania 32 was a stinker. 29 was a stinker. Like it happens. It will happen. It has happened before. It will happen again.
Yeah.
And 41. That's what this one was. It was
41 was kind of I don't know, it was a stinker. There's some gems in 41. But
there were some hits and misses, but it especially felt bad because you had come off like 3 or 4 really good ones, and then like night one, I felt last year, night one, it built to the end. Like it wasn't the greatest show throughout, but it finished so good. And then you start night 2, I felt like you picked up right where you left off. And I'm like, here we go. This is going to be really good. And night 2 was really, really good until that fucking Fiend song hit and the bottom fell out. And it was like, so the problem with WrestleMania 41 is you went home going, what the fuck did I just see? And that's the worst thing you can do. I don't care how good the meal is. If the last thing you put in your mouth tastes horrible, it's a bad meal.
Last impression, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah, and, I mean, and I know some people will defend the ending of the Cena's last match, but for a lot of people, it was the same thing. It was like what is this shit? Because most of the people who came to the building that night for Cena's last match, most of the people watching were not watching to see him tap out.
Right.
And, but you knew he picked his Gunther. Come on now. There's only hell to beat Gunther.
Well,
if he could pass out, that's fine. He didn't have to win, but him tapping out, I mean, the guy's motto is never give up, and he gave up. And I'm sorry, and look, and just you could listen to the mood and the people in the building, and just the mood online. Most of the people, other than the people who thought it was like some type of clever trick of storytelling or something, most of the people watching that were like, "What the hell? Like, what in the world?"
Yeah.
And so 41, that's how 41 was. It was like, really, like what is this?
True. Fair
You
point,
know,
man. Fair point.
Like
All right.
that little video that shows up on Twitter sometimes, where the guy's like, "Brother, what's that, brother?" That's how 41 was. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, look, and here's the deal. Like, we watched, Ryan and I watched Revolution a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And
AEW Revolution?
AW Revolution a couple weeks ago. And there was some good stuff in the middle of the card. There was a lot of filler. I don't care what anybody on the internet says. There was a lot of filler on that card. But the thing they did awesome is the opening match, FTR and the Bucks. Can't believe I'm saying this in 2026. Fucking FTR and the Bucks match was spectacular. And Texas Death to close the show with MJF and Hangman Page was spectacular. So if you bookend the show really well, hook me from the start and send me home happy and sports entertained, we're good. But if you send me home with a bad taste in my mouth, it's going to be that's a bad show.
I gotta start watching AEW again. I have not watched AEW in so long. It's been
I don't absorb any wrestling necessarily on a weekly basis, but check in on the pay-per-views every now and again.
Yeah.
They do good. They do good on their pay-per-views. They really do.
Even Rob is watching now. So
yeah, and again, I don't watch every show every week, but it's on HBO Max now, so you can if you have HBO Max, you can just check in and pick your spots, and that's kind of what I do.
Yeah. So all right, fellas, great show, man, as always. Jim, want to plug anything?
3CT. We had the week off last week. We had some archive content hit the feed, so we'll be back live this week. It's gonna be we're previewing the next AEW pay-per-view. Speaking of which, coming up.
When is that?
Coming up this Sunday. It's Dynasty.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So we got that coming up. Talk about some WrestleMania stuff. And then of course Tuesday podcast, Huddle Up. Probably gonna fire up the machine here before too long. Get some off-season content as we get closer to NFL draft season.
It's pretty dead though. Football's pretty dead right now. This is
we have kind of evergreen topics in the can. That's usually what our off-season program looks like.
Yeah,
and then so I have a few ideas there. And discussions with a nobody. I have a framework for a new episode, so maybe I'll be dropping that here soon. And Take 3 Wrestling Podcast as well. EJ's old house. I live there now.
Yes.
I was going to be talking.
You feeling cozy there still? Feeling cozy?
Oh, it feels good. It feels great. So we're going to talk AEW Dynasty, and I'm sure WrestleMania card stuff like that this week on there.
All right, Rob, what you got on with Mindless and the Rob James podcast?
Well, all right. So I think I just published the episode a couple of days ago of my own.
I saw you're gambling fast.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I quit gambling. Okay.
Wait, is that only for like for a little while, or that permanently?
I think I'm done because I just like it. It just got on my conscience seeing all this polymarket.
I'll ask in September when the Commanders come back and play football again.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just to me, I felt really just. I mean, people.
I'm not a sports gambler. I'm a football gambler. That's the way I look at it.
I'm the same way too. Also, like I bet occasionally on golf, occasionally on basketball, occasionally on other sports, but the only sport I feel comfortable betting on consistently week to week is football.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, football. I mean, you can actually strategize.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easier to strategize your betting because basketball is just. I mean, it's a total wild card as to whether or not they beat the spread or whatever. Then I don't even try other sports because but for now, I've quit gambling for now. I don't know, it just felt a little too skeevy to me, because all this poly market shit. People betting on whether or not we're going to war and shit like
Yeah.
that. I just, you know,
Yeah, it's dirty pool.
And Mike, good job also on DJ's podcast too. Also talking about comic books.
Thank
That's really good stuff there, man. Of course, I'm on X at EJ7. Of course, Falls Count Anywhere, part of the Earnest Speaking podcast. Until the next episode next week, Rob, we preview the whole damn thing next week.
yes, sir.
All right, brother. Good job.